Okay. All right, so we have to import windows the same way we imported doors. I added on Canvas, let's see here. It's just one window though. It's not like a folder. There's none of that zipping stuff and unzipping. It's literally just one window. So if you go to, what are we, drafting two? And you go to files, up here at the top where it says date created, if you just click on the date created link, it'll sort by, most recent. It's called a casement 3x3 with trim. You can just download that. Mine's in my downloads folder already, so I'm not going to re-download it. I'll show you how to import it. So, adding windows. We're going to add windows here first, and then these come later. So, architecture tab, I'm already there. I'm going to window. We're going to go to load family on the top right. And I'm going to navigate to my downloads folder. It's a little tricky in Revit. It's on the left most of the time in like AutoCAD and stuff, but on top here, you're going to go to your name, and then you should be able to look in your downloads folder. I've got one here already. I might have already imported this last class, so I might get an error. We'll see. All right, I've got it. So now when I go to window, I've got the casement 3x3 with trim here, okay? All right, so it says, go to the south view. Where does it say that on the thing here? Oh, open the south elevation. Now, real quick, just because I've already done this with another class and I've seen some errors, notice how my south view looks good like this, right? It looks kind of like the picture is supposed to. This is the picture. When I go to my north view has, this is my ground. This is my topo surface, and it's covering up most of this wall, okay? If yours does that, I'm going to show you how to fix that. And most people's is going to look like this. And here's why. When I go to the site, whenever we originally made this site, okay, I'm going to click on the actual topo, and up here there's an edit surface button. Okay, so my south view is okay, but if your south view like if this middle row of dots is like further in and it creates this like jagged line, you need to click and drag that out so that it's the furthest most out so that you don't get that jaggedness. So I'm doing that on the top and bottom, and then I'm going to hit the green check, and all that fixes is now on my north view it's going to look like my south view now, where there's not like this huge white void that's covering up my wall. I just noticed that with a couple students last period, so I wanted to make sure y'all knew how to fix that. Okay, so back to the south elevation. I'm going to the window tool, and I'm adding in a casement 3x3 window. Where does it say that? Right here. Select casement 3x3 with trim, and you're just kind of plopping it in this wall somewhere. So let's go here and here. Okay, then we are going to go to lower level floor plan. Lower level floor plans here. Here are the two windows that I just inserted. If you can't see your two windows, you need to go on the left here under view range. You're going to click edit. I've changed mine to 7. I think by default it's somewhere like 3 or 4. So what that is that's the cut plane that you're able to see while looking at this view. So if you are unable to see your windows on this lower level, you need to change the cut plane to something higher, like 7 feet, so that they visibly show up. Okay, so once they visibly show up like that, I'm going to scroll down a bit. It says, if necessary, move the windows to resolve the conflict with the wall. So some people accidentally put the window where this wall comes into it like that. If you did that, just move it over a little bit. And it actually gives you 2 dimensions that it wants you to put your window at. So it says select the right window and drag it 2'6" to the left side of the interior wall. So it's talking about this wall right here. It wants that measurement on the right to say 2'6". So I'm just clicking, holding, and dragging that window so that it's 2'6" from that wall. And then I'm going to select the left window and drag it 9'6" from the west wall, which is over here. So I'm looking for the 9'6" on the left dimension there. And now I've got those windows in the correct location. Okay, now we're going to change the window type. So going back to the south elevation, you've got these 2 windows here, okay? And ultimately they're too large. Let me see if I can go to the picture at the beginning so you can see what they're supposed to look like. Okay, this is what we want them to look like at the end. They're 36 by 36, meaning 3 feet wide, 3 feet tall. And currently, they are 36 by 48. So here's how you change that. I'm going to click on a window. Let me bring my directions down so I'm talking about the right thing here. And you can edit this window type by clicking edit type. I don't know that we've done this before. Have we done this before? Click this edit type tool. Okay, so when you import the window, and I've already done this last class, that's why I already have a 36 by 36 one, but when you import the window, you're only gonna have these three. And these three sizes are three sizes that we don't want. So we have to create a new window by duplicating this. So I'm gonna go to edit type and click duplicate. And it wants you to add a name for your new duplicate. So I'm gonna make it 36 inch by 36 inch, and I'm going to put P6 because this is period 6. So now the name of this window is that, and the height is still the same. So if I want it to actually be 36 or 3 feet, I need to change the height of the actual dimension right here. So I'll hit apply and then hit OK, and that changes this window to, notice how the name says 36 by 36 P6 here. You do the same thing. Or you don't have to do the same thing because now you've already got the window. You just change the window type by clicking on it, selecting it, and changing it like that. And then your window should be 36 by 36, both of these. Okay? It's kind of tricky, but hopefully it makes sense. Oh, let's see. Now we're going to align the windows to the top of this wall. To do that, you click the window. There's an align tool right here. It's right above the move tool. You click that. You click the top of the wall, and then the top of the window. You might have to zoom in, and then it will bring the window up to that wall. So again, click window, click align, click the top of the wall, and then the top of the window, and it brings the window up to there. Okay, that is it for that window. Now we're adding windows using the plan view. So O2 entry level, so that's going to be here. And zoom into the west side of the model, that's over here. We're going to go to graphics underlay none. I don't know if I need to do that. Let's just skip that and see what happens. Let's just add the windows. So we're going to the window tool, which is here. And the window type 3x3 casement width trim 36 by 72 is what I want. So casement width trim 36 by 72. And then it says, make sure tag placement is cleared and just drop these windows in here randomly. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now this next step is how to position them so that they are dimensionally aligned equally. So I'm going to go to the annotate tab up here. There's I think it's an aligned dimension. And you start by clicking on the center of this top wall. Then you click the center of this window, then you click the center of this window, center of this window, and then the center of this wall here. Bring your dimension out and click, and if you notice, all these measurements are different. If you click this, bless you, if you click this little EQ thing right here, it will move your windows so that all of these dimensions are the same number and all of your windows are equally spaced within your wall. Then it says press escape twice. Okay, so that's that step. And what it says here on the PDF next is to just move this wall up and notice how your windows move and equally spaced along with it. It doesn't want you to keep it that way, but it's just trying to make the point that these things create, kind of like SolidWorks, when you add dimensions, it creates relationships. So that creates a relationship there. And then it ultimately says delete these. Now that you've got them equal, just hit delete. That way it doesn't keep those constraints enabled. Now when I pull this up, that might be a lie. Okay, I won't say that. All right, so that's it for those windows. I think I'm gonna stop there. Let's stop there for this.